If you're tired of the same old sad salads and boring wraps for your low-carb lunch, this roundup is exactly what you need. These recipes prove that cutting back on carbs doesn't mean sacrificing flavor or satisfaction, and many come together in under 15 minutes. One clever swap uses cauliflower rice in a way that actually fools your taste buds into thinking it's the real thing. Stick around to see how these meal ideas can save you from the midday slump and keep you full without the heavy bread. Whether you're packing lunches for picky eaters or just trying to stay on track during a busy work week, these dishes fit right in. Think creamy, crunchy, savory bowls and handheld bites that are every bit as satisfying as their carb-heavy counterparts. You might be surprised to find a few familiar favorites reimagined without the grains or dairy. Let's jump into this collection of low-carb lunch ideas you'll want to make on repeat. Let's kick things off with these incredibly satisfying chicken lettuce wraps that feel like a treat but are totally low-carb. They're perfect for those days when you want something light yet filling without the heavy bread or tortillas. You just cook up some ground chicken with garlic, ginger, and a splash of soy sauce until it's nice and fragrant. Then toss in some diced water chestnuts and green onions for that perfect crunch and freshness. Spoon the mixture into crisp butter lettuce cups and you've got a lunch that's ready in under 15 minutes. If you need a soy-free option, swap in coconut aminos, and it still tastes amazing. Every bite gives you that savory, juicy flavor with a satisfying crunch, making you forget you're even eating low-carb. And once you've mastered these, the next idea is just as simple and delicious. Now let's talk about a super quick zucchini noodle stir-fry that really hits the spot when you're craving pasta. It's a brilliant swap for regular noodles, cutting the carbs while keeping all the flavor and texture. You start by spiralizing a couple of zucchini into long, tender strands, then set them aside. In a hot pan, saute some bell peppers, snap peas, and your protein of choice, like shrimp or tofu. Toss in the zucchini noodles and a simple sauce made from tamari, sesame oil, and a pinch of garlic powder. For a nut-free version, use sunflower seed butter instead of sesame oil, and it's still wonderfully rich. The noodles stay slightly al dente and soak up all that savory sauce, making every forkful feel like comfort food. Once you've got this technique down, the next dish will show you another way to enjoy a bowl full of goodness. This cauliflower rice bowl is the kind of lunch that makes you feel energized without feeling weighed down. It's perfect for meal prep because you can make a big batch and enjoy it all week long. You simply saute-riced cauliflower with a little olive oil until it's tender and slightly golden, then top it with roasted vegetables like broccoli and cherry tomatoes and a protein like grilled chicken or chickpeas. A drizzle of tahini or a squeeze of lemon brings everything together in the most refreshing way. If you're avoiding nightshades, swap the tomatoes for roasted zucchini and carrots instead. Each bite is hearty and satisfying, and you'll love how the cauliflower takes on all those wonderful flavors. Now that you've got a bowl in your lineup, let's move to a fun stuffed option that's just as easy. Before we move on to the next recipe, I'd love to hear from you. Which one of these low-carb lunch ideas would you try first? Maybe you're already making a version of one of these at home. Drop your answer in the comments below. I read every single one. Also, if you're enjoying this collection so far, go ahead and hit that like button. It really helps more people find these meal ideas. And if you haven't already, subscribe so you don't miss the rest of this roundup. Stick around. There are plenty more tasty ideas coming up. These stuffed bell peppers are a classic low-carb lunch that feels like a real meal, not just a snack. They're great because you can customize them with whatever ingredients you have on hand. You just hollow out a few bell peppers and fill them with a mixture of ground turkey, cauliflower rice, and diced onions. Top them with a little shredded cheese or a dairy-free alternative, then bake until the peppers are tender. The aroma that fills your kitchen is absolutely irresistible, and they come out perfectly golden. For a dairy-free version, skip the cheese and add a sprinkle of nutritional yeast for that cheesy taste. The peppers get sweet and soft while the filling stays juicy and flavorful, making each pepper a complete meal. Once you've tried these, the next idea is a no-cook option that's perfect for busy days. These tuna avocado salad cups are proof that low-carb lunches can be both creamy and refreshing. They're ideal for those hot afternoons when you don't want to turn on the stove. You simply mash a ripe avocado with a can of drained tuna, a squeeze of lemon, and a pinch of salt. Then spoon the mixture into endive leaves or small cucumber rounds for a crunchy portable bite. It takes only about 5 minutes to put together, and there's hardly any cleanup involved. If you're not a fan of tuna, you can easily swap in canned salmon or even shredded chicken. The avocado makes it silky and satisfying, while the lemon keeps it bright and light. With that quick option in your back pocket, let's look at one more savory dish that's loaded with flavor. This egg roll in a bowl is basically all the best parts of a takeout egg roll without the wrapper. It's a one-pan wonder that comes together in about 20 minutes, perfect for a weeknight lunch. You brown some ground pork or chicken in a skillet, then add shredded cabbage, carrots, and sliced mushrooms. Stir in some coconut aminos, a splash of rice vinegar, and a drizzle of sesame oil for that classic egg roll taste. Let it cook down until the cabbage is tender and everything is nicely coated in the sauce. For a soy-free version, just use coconut aminos and skip the soy sauce entirely, and it's still fantastic. The crunch from the cabbage and the savory sauce make every spoonful so satisfying that you will not miss the deep-fried wrapper. And there's one more low-carb lunch idea coming up that's sure to become a new favorite. Next up, we have a dish that feels like a total indulgence but keeps things perfectly low carb. This broccoli and cheese stuffed chicken is the kind of meal that makes you forget you're eating healthy. You start by slicing a pocket into a thick chicken breast, then stuff it with steamed broccoli and a generous handful of shredded cheddar. A quick sear in a hot pan gives the outside a beautiful golden crust before it finishes cooking in the oven. The cheese melts into every little floret, creating a creamy, savory filling that's just irresistible. If you need a dairy-free version, try using a plant-based cheddar or a dollop of cashew cream instead. Every bite is juicy, cheesy, and so satisfying that it feels like a cheat meal. And once you've mastered that stuffed chicken technique, you'll be ready for another easy protein-packed idea. Let's switch things up with something light, fresh, and incredibly simple to throw together. These shrimp and avocado cucumber boats are perfect for a quick lunch that doesn't weigh you down. You just chop some cooked shrimp and mash half an avocado, then mix them together with a squeeze of lime and a pinch of salt. Hollow out a cucumber into little boat shapes and spoon that creamy shrimp mixture right inside. They're crunchy, cool, and have just the right amount of zest to wake up your taste buds. For a little extra kick, toss in some diced jalapeno or a sprinkle of chili flakes. These little boats are so refreshing and fun to eat, you'll feel like you're having a fancy appetizer for lunch. Once you've enjoyed that fresh crunch, you'll be ready for something warm and comforting next. If you're loving these low-carb lunch ideas, you'll want to check out our website. Head over to www.healthybitestribe.com for even more support. We have an AI recipe generator that can help you create meals based on what you have on hand. You can also use the meal planner to organize your week with recipes like these. Save your favorites and share them with family or friends who need allergy-friendly options. The community chat is a great place to ask questions and swap tips. It's all designed to make healthier eating feel simple and doable. So take a look when you get a chance. You might find your new go-to lunch. Now let's bring a little restaurant quality to your kitchen with this creamy Tuscan salmon. It's a rich, satisfying dish that fits perfectly into a low-carb lunch routine. You sear a salmon fillet until the skin is crispy, then set it aside while you build the sauce. In the same pan, you saute some garlic and sun-dried tomatoes, then stir in heavy cream and a handful of fresh spinach. Once the spinach wilts down, you nestle the salmon back in and let everything simmer together for a few minutes. You can swap the heavy cream for full-fat coconut milk if you need a dairy-free option. The sauce is so velvety and flavorful, it coats every flake of salmon perfectly. After that rich, creamy bite, you'll be in the mood for something with a little more crunch. These bacon-wrapped asparagus bundles are proof that simple ingredients can make the most amazing lunch. They're naturally low-carb and come together in just a few minutes with almost no cleanup. You grab a few spears of asparagus, wrap a slice of bacon around the middle, and lay them on a baking sheet. A quick roast in the oven makes the bacon crispy and the asparagus tender with a little char. The salty, smoky bacon pairs so well with the fresh, earthy flavor of the asparagus. For a little variety, you can sprinkle some Parmesan on top during the last few minutes of baking. These bundles are so addictive, you might find yourself making a double batch just for yourself. Once you've had your fill of crispy bacon goodness, let's move on to something a little saucy. These Thai peanut chicken zucchini boats bring big, bold flavors to your lunch table without any of the carbs. They're a fantastic way to use up zucchini and get that takeout taste at home. You scoop out the center of halved zucchinis to create little boats, then fill them with cooked ground chicken. The magic happens when you drizzle on a simple sauce made from peanut butter, coconut aminos, and a splash of lime juice. A quick bake in the oven softens the zucchini and lets all those flavors meld together beautifully. If you have a nut allergy, you can use sunflower seed butter for a completely safe and still delicious sauce. Every bite is savory, nutty, and just a little bit sweet, making it incredibly satisfying. After that burst of Thai flavor, you'll be ready for one more cozy and comforting idea. Last up for this section is a one-pan wonder that's hearty, cheesy, and totally low-carb. This cheesy cauliflower and sausage skillet is the kind of meal that comes together fast when you need something filling. You brown some sliced sausage in a skillet, then add in florets of cauliflower and let them get a little golden. Once everything is cooked, you sprinkle a generous layer of mozzarella on top and cover the pan until it melts. The cheese gets all gooey and stretches with every bite, making it feel like a cozy casserole. You can use any sausage you like, from spicy Italian to chicken apple, depending on your taste. This skillet is so warm and comforting, it's the perfect way to end a busy morning. And with that cheesy goodness still on your mind, we've got even more delicious ideas coming up next. Next up, let's talk about Caprese chicken skewers, because they're just as fun to eat as they are to make. These little skewers are perfect for a low-carb lunch when you want something fresh, colorful, and satisfying without feeling heavy. You'll thread cubes of grilled chicken, cherry tomatoes, and fresh mozzarella onto wooden sticks, then finish with a drizzle of balsamic glaze. A sprinkle of salt, pepper, and fresh basil leaves brings all the flavors together in the most classic Italian way. The best part is that you can prep a bunch of these skewers ahead of time and grab them straight from the fridge when hunger hits. If you're dairy-free, swap the mozzarella for marinated artichoke hearts or extra chicken for a similar texture. These skewers feel like a little treat, but they're packed with protein and healthy fats to keep you going. Now, let's move on to something that's perfect for meal prep mornings. You know, cooking with allergies or dietary restrictions can feel lonely sometimes, but you're not alone. There's a whole community of people figuring it out too. That's why we built Healthy Bites Tribe as a place to connect and encourage each other. Whether you're swapping low-carb ideas or sharing a win in the kitchen, you'll find support there. If this collection of lunch ideas has been helpful, consider subscribing to the channel and come visit us at www.healthybitestribe.com to join the conversation. You'll meet others who understand exactly what it's like to cook for different needs. Let's keep making meals that work for you together. Egg muffin cups are a total lifesaver when you need a low-carb lunch that's ready in minutes. They work beautifully for this video because they're portable, packed with protein, and endlessly customizable. Simply whisk together eggs, salt, pepper, and a splash of milk, then pour the mixture into a greased muffin tin. Add a handful of fresh spinach and a sprinkle of crumbled feta cheese into each cup before baking until golden and fluffy. You can also toss in some diced bell peppers, mushrooms, or cooked sausage for extra flavor and texture. For a dairy-free version, skip the feta and use nutritional yeast or dairy-free cheese for that same savory punch. These muffin cups are so easy to grab and reheat, making them a no-brainer for busy weekdays. Next, we'll look at a dish that uses zucchini in a totally different way. Zucchini roll-ups are a fun, low-carb way to enjoy a handheld lunch that doesn't involve bread. They're ideal for this theme because they're light yet filling, and they come together with just a few simple ingredients. Start by slicing a zucchini into long, thin strips using a mandolin or a vegetable peeler. Spread a thin layer of cream cheese on each strip, then lay a slice of turkey and a few fresh spinach leaves on top. Roll them up gently, and you have a perfect little bite that's great for lunchboxes or a quick snack. You can swap the turkey for ham or roast beef, and use dairy-free cream cheese to keep it allergy-friendly. These roll-ups are crunchy, creamy, and savory all at once, and they'll make you forget about bread entirely. For our next dish, let's turn to a veggie that's extremely versatile for low-carb cooking. Spaghetti squash carbonara is the kind of low-carb lunch that feels indulgent without the guilt. It fits perfectly into that. Wraps up our roundup of low-carb lunch ideas you can enjoy all week long. I hope this collection gave you plenty of inspiration for easy, satisfying meals. Feel free to pick and choose the recipes that work best for your taste or dietary needs. If you found these ideas helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. For even more support, come join our community at www.healthybitestribe.com. There you'll find an AI recipe generator, a meal planner, and tools to save and share your favorite dishes. You can also chat with others who understand cooking with allergies or restrictions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video with more simple, healthy ideas.